all, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought of answering some of the questions that I often get on my YouTube videos. So let's get into it. Hi all, this is SriLanka. Welcome back to my channel. So I am putting out a video after a long time, and today we're going to talk about some of the questions I often get on my YouTube videos. So let's get into it. And before that, thank you so much for 499 subscribers. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So let's start the video. I've written down some of the questions. So yeah, let me check that. Sorry about that. Okay, so the first question and the most commonly asked question is like, what is my university, where did I study, and all that jazz. So I studied at NSBM. This was back in 2011. I started my degree in 2011 and I graduated in 2014. So my affiliated university was Lim Khaken University, Malaysia. So my degree, I got a BA in interior architect. So technically I'm an interior architect. So yeah, that's the background story, and I've been working in the industry for like more than 5 years now. I have my own company which is called Design & Co. You can check it out, my description box, for the link to my Instagram profile and the company profile. So yeah. So the next question is, can you tell average salary for an interior designer? How is the job market for interior designing? So back then when I studied interior design and I wanted to like become an interior designer or an interior architect, a lot of people were not aware of the industry. It was picking up. It was the time it was flourishing, the industry as a whole. And nowadays you can see there are lots and lots of interior firms, and people are very interested in interior. People are seeking to design their houses by an interior designer, which is amazing, which is awesome. But in the recent, like in past few months, because of the economic crisis and the situation in this country, we have been facing a lot of problem with materials and finding alternatives and how to work with certain things, because a lot of materials are not being imported to Sri Lanka. They have been banned. So which kind of like obstacle for us as an interior designers. It's so important for us to like work with new materials, work with new designs, so that we can offer you like a great deal of design. So I find it really hard these days to just sort of like wrap my head around designing and get some inspiration with the country situation. Other than that, interior designing is picking up and there's like good market, and I hope the economy will rise up again. We don't know when that is going to be, but let's hope for the best. And regarding the salary, this is a very tricky question, because your salary depends on the company that you're applying into and also your experience. Imagine you're applying into a well-established company in the industry. They will obviously offer you a good figure based on your portfolio, your communication skill, your proficiency in software handling. So these things matter. And also if you have quite a lot of experience in the industry, they will offer you a good figure of salary, which I can't give you a figure, like an exact figure, because there's no like standard in Sri Lanka, like you work this much of hours and you will be offered this much of money or this much of salary. So there's no standards in Sri Lanka. So if I have to give you a figure, I would say like you can go about 35,000 up to 150,000 maybe, which is very rare, I have to say. But if you find a company like that, consider yourself very lucky. And also if you are like a student who's freshly out of uni with no prior experience, but you have a little bit of industry knowledge with the internship that you have done, and if you think that you can take challenges and you are very good at like handling layouts, space planning, of course you can demand a figure, and if the company is okay with that, they will obviously like give you based on your portfolio and your communication skills and everything like I said before. Other than that, I really can't tell you like a figure, but you can go up to 100,000 maybe. So yeah, that's the answer for that question. Okay, so the second question. Hi, can I know the places which are good to do interior design degrees, program, or a diploma? So, in Sri Lanka, when it comes to interior design, there are quite a lot of universities that will offer you different degree programs. In top of my mind, the first thing that comes into my mind is NSBM, because that's my university, and then there's NIBM. Also, there's Academy of Design, and also there's AMDT, and there are lots and lots of private universities, which I will link you a website. You can go to this website and check out all the universities in Sri Lanka that will offer you a degree or a diploma program in interior designing. So when it comes to choosing an interior designing degree or a university, it totally depends on your preferences. What I can give you is like some tips, like when you are deciding on your university, the first thing that you can check is your budget. Your budget will come in handy. Your budget will leave you with much smaller options. So that's one. And then also the location, and then the criteria, like what type of a degree they are offering, and is it compatible with your requirements. So these are like the base tips that you can go ahead with when choosing a university, because I really can't recommend you a university since I graduated in 2014, and the system and the way they teach have been changed. So in regards to this video, I actually asked my interns whether they are they would recommend their universities to another person, and some say yes, some say don't. So it basically depends on their own experience. So I would suggest narrow down the universities that you want to go to, and then go to the university personally, because when you see the atmosphere, when you engage with the people there, and when you see the community that they have built, you get a sort of a sense of feel whether I want to do this or not, whether I want to go to this university or not. So I would say narrow down your options and go visit the university, which will help you in terms of choosing the university and the degree that you want to do. And when it comes to diplomas, I would suggest you go for a degree program if you have the budget, rather than going for a diploma. But if that's the case, check the link in the description box so that you can choose whatever the diploma or the degree program that you want to do. So the other question is, can a commerce student become an interior designer because I wrote my A-levels in commerce? Of course you can, because A-level is the qualification. It's like the initial qualification they ask for. Like if you have like your A-level qualification, it's easy for you to apply for the degree. If you don't have, there are a lot of foundation courses which you can apply into and do. These are always, there are separate foundation courses, and also there are integrated foundation courses within the degree program inside the university. So it depends on whatever the university that you are choosing. Other than that, whether you have done your A-levels in commerce stream or arts or science or maths, it does not affect in applying to the degree program. These will definitely come in handy, because in interior design we work a lot with volume calculations. Like for an example, if someone says, if a client calls you and tells you, I have a 15 by 15 room and I want to get the interior done, as an interior designer, you have to imagine what a 15 by 15 room should be. So this is what I meant by volume calculation. So if you have a little bit of maths knowledge, if you have a little bit of knowledge in anything, it's power, and it'll come in handy when it comes to studying interior design. Okay, so the next question is, what should we learn first? Where and how to start this? What are the qualifications we need? The first thing is you need to have some sort of interest in interior design. And also the second thing is your passion towards like setting up goals. Like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna finish this, I'm gonna study hard, and I'm going to become an interior designer. You need to have some sort of a goal so that you can reach for it. Otherwise you get diverted in the middle, which kind of happened to me because I lost interest in middle, and then I was like, I didn't know whether to do this or not. But then the light bulb comes and it tells you, no, you have to do this. This is what you wanted to like do from the start. So yeah, you need to have some sort of interest. That's, I would say, the first thing. And the second thing is look for a university that will be compatible with your requirements, your budget, and the vision that you have for yourself. If you want to become an interior architect, you will have to apply through NIBM because that's the only university that will offer you the interior architect degree. But if you want to become an interior designer, you can go for NSBM, AOD, and there are other universities as well, which I will link in the description box below. And what are the qualifications you need? If you have A-level qualification, it's easy for you to apply for the degree program because that's one of the qualifications that will get you through to the first year. But even if you don't have A-level qualifications, there are foundation courses where you can apply into. Whatever the university that you're applying into, they will give you like a criteria and requirements, and there will also be an aptitude test depending on the university that you are applying into. So these are the main qualifications. And being creative and being imaginative and being curious about certain things are like side qualifications. They will always come in handy. If you have like an imaginative mind, if you feel like everything will give you inspiration, you're great. That's one of the greatest things. So this is the first part of the question series. I'm going to do like another part for the other questions that I've gotten so far. So I will upload that video in the future as well. Hope you liked the video, and thank you so much for all the interest in interior designing because that means a lot. Also, if you have any other question, you can send me an email. If I have not get back to you, I'm really sorry. I've been a bit busy the last few months, so that's why I couldn't even like upload a video. Other than that, I have plans to upload a video of an interior design which we completed recently, so look forward to it. And thank you for sticking with me. Have a nice week. The tip of the day. So if you want to become an interior designer, or if you're like very interested in interior design, I would suggest for you to like look for inspiration everywhere. Even if you take like a magazine, or even if you just look around your surroundings, you will find like a lot of inspiration. So in my case, I would go outside and I would just like check out a tree, and then I would start sketching it. Even though I'm not good at it, I will like do a sketch where I want to highlight some of the details that I'm very interested in. Like, I've seen this branch and it's really beautiful, and I have seen this pattern of the branch which I want to like highlight and make sure that I will use the pattern in one of my design in the future. So I would suggest look for inspiration, because There are lots and lots of inspiration in the internet. Like if you go to Pinterest, there's endless amount of inspiration. So sometimes I get overwhelmed, and that's why I avoid like looking at inspiration before doing any sort of interior design or like design. So these days I have started to like look for inspiration in everything. Like the trees, the sun, the skies, there's like so beautiful. The colors, you can get inspired with everything. So that is the tip of the day. So yeah.